3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.
Yo, hey, let's give a clap up for the first stream on YouTube. Let's go. Hey, I'm super excited, yo. I'm super excited. First stream on YouTube, and it's looking pretty clean. Is it looking pretty clean? Are we loud? Are we clear? Are we ecstatic to be here? Let's talk to me. What we got? Chat looking nice. My brothers is in the building. Talk to me. Is my stream? What's my stream looking like? It looks like it's pretty clean. My hat look dingy though, bro. I need the lint rollers joint. My hat look dingy. I'm taking this off immediately as soon as I tell y'all why I got it on. But y'all should know why I got it on, because tomorrow the NFL season start back up. Yay! NFL season start back up. Yay! Woo! The greatest sport on the fucking planet. And I'm not playing with y'all. It's the greatest sport on the planet, baby. And yo, man. Yo. Are we excited or what? Are we excited? Are we excited? I'm excited. I get the chills just thinking about the NFL season starting back up tomorrow. Ooh. Let's get to talk about it though. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about it. Let me just pull up this guy real quick though. It's gonna be glitchy a little bit for a second. It's gonna be glitchy for a couple seconds. Hold on. Thank you, brothers. My brothers are in here. Brothers, do me a favor. Copy the link, post the link somewhere, I don't care where. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit. Anywhere. I don't care. Please. So that we can get more than just 3 viewers in the building. We can get 10, 20, 50, 30. So YouTube, the way YouTube works, until I get like a certain amount of subs on YouTube, I can only have up to, I think, 500 to 1,000 viewers per stream. Currently. But I only have 3 right now. So if we can, you know what I'm saying? I probably should at least have 500 to 1,000 subs before I even have 1,000 viewers in my stream. You feel me? I feel like by then, a whole bunch of people should be subbing. But I want to start off the stream today, right? I want to start off the stream today by talking about this guy, because we got a lot to talk about and not a lot of time. This guy, buddy, you here, right here, you're trash. Well, no, you know, you're not good. I'm sorry. You on your 3rd team, dog. Your 3rd team. And you just look lost. You look lost. Like, what's going on? What's not working? What's not clicking? What's not clicking, dog? Like, I was expecting so much from this team, bro. And it's not even mainly only on him. You know, the quarterback takes a lot of crap. But it's not mainly only on DJ. It's also on that D-line. Because why did Georgia Tech reset the line of scrimmage every play? Why did Boston College reset the line of scrimmage every play? Bro, y'all was getting mauled. How do y'all give up a total of, it was 180 versus... or was it 180 or 190 versus Georgia Tech, and somewhere close to 210 versus Boston College? So everybody can just run the ball on you? Everybody? They don't even got to throw the ball. They just got to run the ball? Come on, man. How y'all give up damn near 400 rushing yards? Basically 400 rushing yards. In 2 games. 2. And you're supposed to be top 10. Mainly because of your D-line. For all my Florida State fans out there, I'm sorry that what you're having to witness. I'm sorry. Y'all got it bad. Y'all got it real bad. Florida got it real bad. Like, y'all got it bad, 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 bad. University of Florida got it bad, and Florida State got it bad. Y'all going through it. The only thing y'all can live through right now is the U, Miami. And, like, that's crazy. That's insane, bro. 270, bro. That's insane, bro. And I think the quarterback had like 100 yards or something like that rushing. Yo, bro. And y'all supposed to be the big dog. Y'all was supposed to show us why y'all should have been in the playoffs last year. And you thought this guy, you thought this guy was going to take you to the promised land. Maceo, you want to talk about that? Fine, we can talk about that. We can talk about how Oregon offense looked very, very, very conservative. Let's talk about how conservative they looked. Our quarterback threw for 380 yards. Quarterback had 2 touchdowns. Both running backs total accumulated for 160 yards. We had a rushing touchdown. Okay. Defense only gave up 2 third downs out of 12. 2 third downs out of 12. Okay. But somehow we not as good as we supposed to be. I just think it was the conservative play calling that bit us in the ass. I think that Dillon Gabriel was not trying to take the shots that he wanted to, or that he was supposed to. And he was playing it safe. And there's some pros and some cons to that. Pros is, your numbers is going to look great. We're moving the ball. Cons is, we ain't going to be scoring a whole shit ton of points. And that's just the part that, I guess scoring a whole bunch of points is the wow factor. But I think right now, Dan Lanning is looking at this and he's like, we don't look like the number 3 team. But next week, we're going to show y'all why we the number 3 team. And I'm not going to say, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be dead honest right now. If Corn! My dog Corn in the building! It's about time I get you in the stream, brother. What's going on, man? Shout out to my boy Corn, man. Don't worry about the score, man. I can't. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. I'm not worried about it. When I start panicking. I'm gonna start panicking if it happens 2 weeks in a row. 1 week, not so worried about it. 2 weeks, now I'm starting to raise some red flags. But I think Dillon Gabriel's gonna fix it. I think Tez Johnson and Evan Stewart are in his ass. Like, yo, bro, throw the ball. And throw it deep. You don't got to keep throwing it to the tight. We was coming out in 3 tight end sets. It looked like we were going to be check down merchants. It just looked like we were going to be checking the ball down, throwing it to the drags, throwing it to the flats, throwing it to the out routes. It didn't look like we were going to take any shots when we were coming out in 3 tight end sets. So it is what it is. Game's already over. We're moving on to Boise State, which I think is going to be another great test for our defense because they just came off of a 400-yard game, and they played a hell of a game last weekend. I'm excited. Anything that makes us a little bit better than the week previous because we play, which I personally think is the best team in the country, Ohio State. I think hands down what we seen last weekend was absolutely disrespectful to college football. I feel like why even sign up? Why, as an athletic director, why would you even sign that off to say, okay, yeah, we're going to play them this year in a couple of years? No. No. But it's okay, though. It's okay. We going to come and take... We still taking the Big Ten over. I'm not worried about it. Chilling. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you are here, bro. I'm so happy that you are here. I was looking forward to having you here the most. I ain't even gonna lie to you because I know we have been waiting so long to get you in the stream, but this isn't a gaming channel though, Corn. This is not a gaming channel by any means. This is straight sports talk. So the point of volume it takes, I'm gonna go back to my main screen. But you're not supposed to see that. Volume it takes, right? It's right there, right here. My camera's backwards, so it's right here, and it's supposed to be how. It's like a double intronata, kind of, right? When you think of volume, how loud you could be, or how much you're how much you're filling something up, right? So think of it like a cup, and you put your take in a cup. How much does your take fill up that cup, right? Is your take filling the cup up to where it's tipping over, or is your take ass? That's what this show is mainly about. And I'm gonna have guests come on. I got I got guests coming on. I got somebody coming. I think if he's not coming this weekend, I got him coming next weekend. And then my co-host is supposed to be here whenever he decides to get his shit together. He's in the stream right now. He knows who I'm talking to. But this show's gonna get the ground running. I got 4 people in the building, and I appreciate all 4 of you guys. I love y'all dearly. I'm trying to turn that 4 into 40,000. Let's get it. On to the next topic, all right? We talked about DJ Ugalele, right? I'm not talking about Oregon and Ohio State no more. Y'all are nice. We're nice. We get it. We're going to run the Big Ten, and we're going to smoke y'all when we meet. Talk about the next topic. I got to send this note to myself first because I didn't do that before the show. I was just so excited to start the show. Y'all see, I'm a Giants fan, okay? I'm a Giants fan. Upsettingly so to say for right now. I'm a Giants fan. I will own that. Y'all can clip it, post it, stitch it, whatever. I'm a Giants fan. But in my heart, I do like the Ravens. I do. And I can't be mad at, whatever the Ravens do. Okay? Until we play them again this year. And tomorrow, the Ravens kick off the NFL season for the 2024 season. I'm super excited about that because they play the Kansas City Chiefs, which is everybody's worst nightmare, apparently. But I think that this game is not going to go as everybody expects it to be. I think it's going to be, I want to say, what's the over-under on it? I think the over is like 40-something, and I'm probably going to go with the over. But I don't know though, because I feel like that defense is gonna play so crazy. I feel like the Ravens defense is gonna play better than what they did in that second half when we last saw them last year in the AFC title game. I genuinely do. So I do have the Ravens winning that game, and I have it. If my score prediction is what the over under is, I'm just gonna say that then. I think the over-under for it, let me see. If somebody has it before me, y'all could gladly put it in the chat. I'm right there with you. I love all football, okay? I'm a Giants fan. I'm sad, we both some sad part of some sad fan bases right now. We both got some history, but that history ain't living up to what it's supposed to be right now. But as you can see, I got 3 jerseys from 3 different teams. Just to explain it, go through it again. Favorite player of all time. My girl got me this as a gift, and she sent me in this jersey when they went to go play. When they went on the Super Bowl run, when they won the Super Bowl, I got to see him play in person. So I was happy about that. My dad was a Titans fan. Rest in peace to my pops. He was a Titans fan, so my brother got me that jersey as a gift. And then my dad bought me this jersey the year that we won the Super Bowl with him. So I got that jersey. And then I have a custom jersey right here with all 4 Super Bowls on it. Y'all have seen this plenty of times. It got my last name on it. I don't know if I should put that on stream because y'all might try and find me and take over my identity. But it got my last name on this jersey. Y'all probably see it eventually. If y'all just Google me, my name pop up. So, yeah, that's the setup for right now. I do plan on getting 1 jersey from every team of my favorite players. So from that team, I do plan on getting. It's even going to be a Commanders jersey. I'm going to get a jersey from the Commanders. I just got to figure out who my favorite player on that team is. really none of them niggas. Y'all sorry, but I'm moving on. I mean, even the Cowboys and the Eagles, I got to get a jersey for those teams. But my next jersey, I'm gonna get a Lamar jersey this year. I have to. But back to the topic on hand: Ravens at the Chiefs. The matchups. I was looking at the over under, and the over under is, as it's loading up on my phone, it's taking forever. The over under is 47.5. And I do have the score being 31-27. 31-27. Ravens. Justin Tucker kicks a game-winning field goal. And, yeah. Or, no, not 27, 28. I'm sorry. 31-28. Justin Tucker kicks a game-winning field goal. And let's just talk about the matchups. I mean, like, why do I have the Ravens winning? I think that the Chiefs took more hits on defense than the Ravens did. They lost one of their star linebackers, and Willie Gay. He went to, I think he's on the Packers. Willie Gay is on another team. It's either the Packers or somewhere else. I just know Willie Gay is not a Chief no more. L'Jarius Sneed, arguably the best corner in the game, is not. Yeah, you could argue that he's one of the best corners in the game. You genuinely could argue that. I'm not even going to be mad at you. You genuinely could argue that. And it's sad that the Chiefs didn't pay him. Like, that's really a underwhelming story that wasn't focused on. Like, as much as we're focused on, like, CD, Dak, Jamar, I just feel, I guess because the Chiefs handle it so swiftly, Willie Gay went to the Saints. Thank you. Which is crazy. Willie Gay and Demario Davis? Damn. That's a good linebacker group. Yeah, I think because the Chiefs handled that deal so swiftly with free agency, they really was like, they told him, like, yeah, we're just not going to pay you, buddy. Like, we're going to offer you this. If you don't take it, you can leave. And, yeah, Snead took his talents to Tennessee, which I don't know why. But Trent McDuffie is going to step up. I really liked him in the slot because he played really well out the nickel. I don't know how he's going to play on the outside. We'll have to see, but I really did like him in the slot last year. He will be following all of their number ones on any team, I would assume, because Mike Spags, he likes to run a lot of man coverage and a lot of blitz schemes out of his defense, and it works really well for him. Especially against Lamar. So we'll have to see what they dial up tomorrow. But I do like the mismatches because I don't think they have another corner that's going to be able to keep up with Bateman. And I think Bateman is going to... in my opinion, I think they'll probably put McDuffie on Bateman because Bateman won't be moving too much around to expose the coverage as far as motioning. I think Zay will probably be in the slot doing all of the motioning and stuff, trying to expose the defense, seeing what they're in, seeing if they're in man or if they're in zone. Because once, I don't know if y'all know, let me just explain some football to y'all real quick for people who don't know football. When you got a guy, you only motion, this is from what my coach told me in high school, you only motion, shout out Coach Coates, if you want to see what the defense is in. You motion so you can see what the defense is in. If anybody bumps over or if anybody moves or if anybody slides with you, goes across the field with you, they're most likely in man. If anybody just stands still, they're most likely in zone. So, yeah, I do think that the Ravens, they like the matchups is just not. I don't think that they have the D line either for this game. Chris Jones he's a big dog. That's a big guy. And George Karlaftis, I just don't think that's enough for both Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and Pat Ricard, who will probably all be on the field at the same time, along with Derrick Henry in the backfield and, two-time MVP Lamar Jackson. So, I was saying last week, you really have to get through those blocks and those double teams. And then on top of that, you have to get through Pat Ricard, who's also 6'3", and he's like 250 right. No, he's 300 actually. When I looked it up last week, he was 300. And then once you block shed through him, right? Let's say you get around him, you got to go tackle Derrick Henry, who's 250 right now. right? But he looks like he's in the best shape that he's ever been in, right? And then you got Lamar, who's in his unanimous MVP form. Not his 2023 MVP form, his unanimous 205 weight. He looks faster than what he did when he first came in the league. Sheesh. I think Lamar's going back-to-back MVPs, and I think that the Ravens will be in the Super Bowl this year. I think the Ravens do make it to the Super Bowl this year. That's my Super Bowl prediction for the AFC. And that's my matchup for the Ravens. I just don't. There's no Hollywood Brown, so I mean the secondary is not gonna have too much to worry about as far as like they just gotta play a shell coverage over Xavier and keep that middle locked up with Kelce. Which I mean Patrick Mahomes has had no problem throwing it underneath for the last 2 seasons. I just think that he's going to get too trigger happy and try and bomb downfield. And I feel like the Ravens secondary is going to bait him into it, and it'll be an interception going the other way to the Baja. So then that leads me into, speaking of Patrick Mahomes, my next question. We're on good timing. We're 9:26. Nice. If Patrick Mahomes, and I need everybody that's in here to respond. This is going to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm debating with y'all. I got a message. Let me see. My favorite Raider of all times is Charles Woodson. I love defense, even though I coach wide receivers when I coach semi-pro. Charles Woodson was a dog. I think my favorite Raider of all time. Who would be my favorite Raider of all time? A lot of people played for the Raiders too. A lot of people played for the Raiders. But I'm gonna do some recent bias. I'm gonna go. I loved when Coop played for. I think Coop would probably be my favorite Raider. And I'm not saying he's the best. I just think Coop was my favorite Raider when he played for the Raiders. That was my favorite Raider. That's when I really started like paying attention to the Raiders when Amari Cooper went there, because I was a big Amari Cooper fan when he came out of college. So yeah, I think Coop was my favorite. You said K Ham has to have a day. K Ham definitely does have to have a day. I think he cannot let Kelce go 11 for 11 over 100 yards and a touchdown again. He can't let that happen. And I hope that sits in your chest, Kyle Hamilton. I hope that sits in your chest. I hope that makes you stay up at night, that Kelce did that, and that they talking about you like you some scrub. They talking about you in the locker room like you some scrub, bro. Yo, bro, I hope you better be locked in tomorrow, 14. I'm dead ass, bro. I'm so serious, because you're my defensive player of the year. You let Kelce can't catch shit on you. Y'all in man coverage and you locking him up. He can't catch nothing on you tomorrow. And I'm dead ass. Or else I'm stripping my defensive player of the year vote away. I don't care. I'm not sensitive on it. So, back to what I was saying. Patrick Mahomes, if he retired today, I need everybody's response. Okay, I got 4 people in the building. Keep sharing the stream with y'all peoples, please. Shiznit, I forgot to post it in the Discord. God damn, Ace. You slacking, cousin. I'm in a betting Discord that has over like 200 people in it. I need to post it in here. I definitely forgot to post it in here. I'm tripping, y'all. So yeah, if Patrick Mahomes retired today, I'm gonna let y'all talk about it in the chat for a second while I do this. Is he considered the GOAT? I need some answers. I'm not gonna say anything until I get some answers. So why y'all chat that up? You know what I'm saying? I know you're a Raiders fan, Corn, but we can't be haters up in here. We gotta be strictly honest. You feel me? You say you love football. We need that football love. Is he the GOAT if he retired today? I need some interaction here. I got one that says no. I feel like if he did retire today, I feel like I would say what you did in 7 years compared to what took some people to do in 20. I would have to say yeah. Like if he retired today, I would have to say yes. I would have to. Like if you look at let's just take like the years that Brady won the Super Bowl, his Super Bowls, right? In 7 years, really in 6 years, Patrick Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is basically like the LeBron James right now of fucking football. Like, really, you absolutely right. Longevity counts as GOAT status. Because then, if that's the case, we wouldn't be really talking about LeBron the way we talk about LeBron. But he's been to the Super Bowl every year in the last 5 years, except for one. Wait, no, that's not even correct. Last year, right? Yeah, except for one. Because it was the Rams and the Bengals. So yeah, he's been in every Super Bowl except for one. He's won 3, right? His first one, and then these 2 back-to-back. And then he lost one to Brady. I'm trying to think. I feel like he's 49ers. He beat the 49ers twice in the Super Bowl. I know the 49ers hate him. Who was the other team that he beat in the Super Bowl? Did he beat the 49ers every single time? Why am I having like a brain bust? All of Pat Mahomes' Super Bowls. 49ers, his second ring. Oh, the Eagles. Why am I tripping? I forgot about the Eagles. Duh. Yeah. And then he lost to Brady, and not only the AFC title game, and then also so then that could also be the other half of the argument. Like, you played Brady twice to get to the Super Bowl, and you lost to him twice. But then again, why is it? I'm sorry, guys. Let's skip it right now. I need to close that. I was just looking at some stat lines. All right. We're good. But then again, nobody has ever done what Patrick Mahomes has done in the last 5-6 years. So I think if he retires today, he's got an MVP, he's got a Super Bowl MVP, 3 rings, 2-time All-Pro. I think he's actually 3-time All-Pro. 2-time All-Pro. Let's just stay with 2. 5,000 yard season, 50 touchdown season. I don't think that there's like you can't beat that. You really can't beat that. I think if he was to retire today, he would be my GOAT. I think if he would retire today, that would be my GOAT. And yes, longevity counts. 7 rings is great. You feel me? And I'm not knocking Brady for the 7 rings. Your 7 rings is great. Your 7 rings is perfect. It's just the accolades, that's just one part of the game. What you're doing in the game also matters too. So I don't think I've ever seen Tom Brady roll out the pocket and throw a parallel pass to a receiver. Although it was incomplete, it hit the receiver dead in his hands. I mean, yeah, I would hate to have to see him twice a year. That's why I didn't understand why Russ, I guess for the money, but I wouldn't understand any quarterback that's looking to be in a win now situation would want to go to the AFC West. There is no, of course you want to be a competitor, whatever the case may be, but that is Mahomes' division right now. Like, there is no team in that division that can really beat with that they can't mess with them. The team that got close was the Chargers, but then they started falling apart due to injury, and now they're on their 4th head coach and third head coach. Anthony Lynn, Staley, Harbaugh. So 3rd head coach in the last 4 years. Yeah, no. New offense. Yeah, that Chargers team was the closest thing. Denver's on a rebuild. Raiders need to be on a rebuild. Chargers, I guess you could, because they're not really on a rebuild, but they really just need like two more. They need two receivers. They need receivers. They got the running backs. They got the quarterback. They got the tight end. They got the line. You need a receiver. You need somebody that's going to actually catch the damn ball. I was so high on Quentin Johnson. Yeah, no. So then that leads me into my next topic because we're on good time. 9:35. Another question for the crowd. If Lamar wins a ring, this was a great question that I heard the other day. If Lamar wins a ring, will that solidify him in top 10 QBs of all time? Well, now let's think about how do I vision top 10 QBs? Who are my top 10 QBs? My top 10 QBs of all time. Corn, you might appreciate this. You know, this is a little bit of your era. You know, you I think you're the oldest guy in here, not to throw you under the bus or anything like that, because there ain't nothing wrong with age. But you like to call me young man. So I'm going to call you OG, right? This is a little bit of your era. Maybe you might have seen a couple of these guys. So I got Tom Brady, top 10 QBs of all time, right? Any era. Tom Brady, and this is not in any order, by the way. Not in any order. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Montana, Brett Favre, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Steve Young. Okay, that's my top 10. I'll say it again. Tom, Patrick, Peyton, Drew, Aaron, Joe Montana, Brett Favre, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Steve Young. Right? Cool. That's my top 10. Now, if Lamar was to win a ring, who would I take out of that top 10 and put in? Like, who would I take out and put where? Like, who would I take out for Lamar? And that is a very tough question. Do I take out Steve Young? Do I take out John Elway? Do I take out Brett Favre, one of the greatest gunslingers of all time, by the way? Brett Favre is probably one of the best gunslingers of all time. But do I take him out? Multiple MVPs, multiple Super Bowls with different franchises. Do I take out Drew Brees? Somebody who's top 3 in every statistical category except for one, which would be like rings. He only has one ring. I don't think he has an MVP. But I think he's like second in touchdown passes or maybe third. He's top 2 in passing yards. One of the most accurate quarterbacks, if not the most accurate quarterback of all time. Hell of a career that he had down there in New Orleans. Do I take him out and discredit those stats? Who do we take out for that top 10? I don't know. But if Lamar does win a ring, I think that would solidify him in the top 10. And let me tell you why. Because I was thinking, when I was looking at this top 10, I was thinking like, damn, I really want to put somebody who really, like, because when I say these guys, these are guys who won, but these are guys are all numbers guys as well. You feel me? And I think out of all the guys in here, I think maybe 3 of these guys might have actually changed the way the game is played. 4 guys maybe. Tom Brady, maybe, yeah, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Steve Young are 4 guys who really have influenced and really transcended the game, changed the game. Tom Brady with his decision making. Peyton Manning with like calling your own plays, like having the courage to call your own plays. We really never seen that before Peyton. Who else did I say? I said Steve Young. Running the ball. I mean, we had Randall, we had those other guys, but like nobody was doing that shit like Steve. I ain't gonna lie to you. That left-handed bender was something different. We ain't see a white boy like Steve in a minute. Well, at all, I don't think. I don't even think Johnny Unitas was that mobile. I don't think. And who's my other guy? Aaron Rodgers. Probably one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play the game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Aaron Rodgers has probably one of the most talented arms. He can make literally any throw from anywhere at any given time. But then again, like, do we look at Aaron Rodgers and do we take Aaron Rodgers out for Lamar? Who do we take out for Lamar? That's like, that would be like a really big question that I don't have the answer for right now because that's actually a really tough question. I really feel like maybe John Elway. We could take John Elway out for Lamar, right? Because we don't have a Lamar without like, I don't know, man. But I was looking at this and I was like, I want to put Michael Vick in here because Michael Vick is a guy who heavily influenced the game, like tremendously influenced the game. You know, we had guys like Randall Cunningham and who was the guy that came after Steve McNair? What was his name? Something Young. It was something Young. Was it Vince Young? Had guys like that. Had guys like McNabb, but we never seen what quarterback. Let me just ask y'all, what quarterback scrambled out the pocket, hits a slide cancel spin, and then scores off of it? Well, no, I don't know if he scored off that highlight. I'm pretty sure he scored off of it. Like, Michael Vick really changed the game. And then, like, if you really watch what he did at Virginia Tech, the man really changed the game, really revolutionized the game. He really did something not only for mobile quarterbacks, but black quarterbacks as well. Like, black quarterbacks were more valued because of Michael Vick. We have Lamar Jackson because of Michael Vick. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I feel like when I think of, like, top 10 players, I don't only think about numbers. I also think about people who really heavily influenced the game. You know what I'm saying? I really, that's why I feel like it would be so disrespectful to not have Michael Vick at least in the top 15 because of what he did for the game. But at the same time, numbers matter. Michael Vick, I think Michael Vick might have it. I don't think Michael Vick has an MVP. I'm sure, but no, Michael Vick has an MVP. Michael Vick has to have an MVP. 2004, did Mike have an MVP? I'm gonna just speak into it. Does Michael Vick have an MVP? Wow, Michael Vick has never won an MVP. You learn something new every day. I can take this off now that I told y'all why I had it on in the first place. So let me just go ahead and, yeah, put this on. I gotta be proud about who we are, who I am. Facts, Roach. If there's no Cam Newton without no Michael Vick, there's no Jalen Hurts without no Michael Vick, there's no Lamar Jackson, there's no freaking who else? Who else? Give me some more mobile quarterbacks. There's no Vanilla Vick. By Vanilla Vick, I mean Danny Dimes. He think he really the I'm trolling at that point. Nah, deadass though, like there's no Tyler Huntley. There's no mobile black quarterback without, I can't say without, you know, we have Randall Cunningham as well. No disrespect to Randall Cunningham at all, by any means necessary. Okay? He was the Michael Vick before Michael Vick. Michael Vick was so much better than Randall, though, in my opinion. He was so much better than Randall. You feel me? He was so much more electric than Randall. So, yeah, I think if Lamar does win a ring, you have 2 MVPs, 1 unanimous and 1 that's almost unanimous by 1 vote. I think it was Dan Orlovsky who didn't give it to him and gave it to Josh Allen instead, which is really so... Oh my gosh. We'll talk about that in the next topic because I have that lined up for the next topic. You're 80% of your team's offense. You are you've carried that organization. You're the team's leading rusher in the last 5 years, even with missing games. You've been a top 5 quarterback for the last 5 years. Well, really, since you started, you've been a top 5 quarterback. Well, no, I shouldn't say since you've started, but in the last 5 years, you have been a top 5 quarterback. You finally got paid the money you deserve. You're getting your respect across the league. The league told you, the media and the league convinced you mentally that you had to change your game and become a pocket passer. The league first told you that you weren't going to be a quarterback, that you should go play wide receiver, and you told them, no, I'm a quarterback. I went to college as a quarterback. I'm going to come to the league as a quarterback. I want a Heisman as a quarterback. I'm going to go to the league as a quarterback. Defied all the odds in that regard. This is why he's my favorite player, like my favorite quarterback. My favorite player is OBJ, but my favorite quarterback right now is Lamar, because there's nobody who's had to go through what he's gone through, as far, I mean, like, comparison wise, as far like what the NFL is telling you and what these executives are thinking of you and stuff like that, there's nobody who's had to defy the odds more than Lamar Jackson. I think only 2 other players I could think of that's had to go through what Lamar's gone through as far as proving doubters wrong. Right now, currently, I think it's Dak, because he gets a lot of shit. And also, I think Jalen Hurts gets a lot of shit as well. I think Jalen Hurts, because of what happened in college, being benched in Alabama at the championship, and then going to Oklahoma, getting back to the playoffs, and then you lose in the playoffs, but then you get drafted, and then everybody thinks you're trash, but then you make it to the Super Bowl in your second year, and then you miss it in your third, but now you're on your fourth. You get paid $250,000 2 years ago. Like, I just think that this is, I think those 3 guys get a lot of shit, but I think out of all of them, I think Lamar gets it the worst. There was a thing where it was talking about black quarterbacks, like how black quarterbacks revolutionized the game, and they had every black quarterback up there except for Lamar. How do you not have the 2-time MVP up there? Not have him up there? That is insane to me. Yeah, that is insane to me. You said Jaden Daniels next. I have high hopes for Jaden Daniels. I have high hopes. But yeah, back to Lamar. I think if we can get, this is why I have Lamar being 2024's MVP, regular season MVP. Not only do they have the hardest schedule in the league, second hardest schedule in the league, but they, I think they're gonna finish probably like 14-3, 12-5 at worst, but 14-3 at best. Their ceiling is 14-3. Because they're going to lose to teams that they have no business losing to. It happens every year. But yeah, 14-3 at best, 12-5 at worst. They're going to win their division again, because Cincinnati, I don't know if y'all noticed, everybody keep talking about Cincinnati and this Joe Burrow and stuff, and I love Joe Burrow and I love Jamar, but go look at Joe Burrow's record versus Lamar. Joe Burrow hasn't beaten Lamar yet. Just like Lamar hasn't beaten the Steelers in a while, Joe Burrow hasn't beaten Lamar yet. So for everybody that keep talking about this Cincinnati team and, when Joe Burrow's on the field and he's healthy and da-da-da-da-da, Cincinnati, you are owned by Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson owns you. Just like how Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears, Lamar Jackson owns y'all. Bad. I think every time he gets on the field and he sees Cincinnati, this is what he takes it. He gets up, right? He's like, I'm going to go take the meanest shit of my life. And he pulls his pants down and he shits all over y'all. That's exactly what he does, because that's exactly what happens. 14-3, 12-5 best, win the division. I think his numbers are going to go up crazy because we've gotten pocket passing version of Lamar, 72% completion in his first 6 to 8 games last year. I think his QBR was like somewhere in like the high like 90s. I think like between 94 to like 98 in that game stretch and stuff like that, until he ran into the Steelers and his teammates started dropping all the passes and stuff. What else? I mean, like, I just think if he's back to 205, which he is like was crazy fast at. We were all excited. I was excited that he bulked up last year, because then, it takes away from him being like getting hurt a little more. He'll be able to take some of those hits that he really shouldn't be. But he said himself that he felt slower, he felt sluggish, and I can understand that, because everybody's different, but me walking around soaking wet, I am 180. I can get to like 185, 188, but like I lose that immediately. At some point, I tried to push my body to get to 205. And once I finally got to like 195 to 200, I felt terrible. And I was there for like probably like 3-4 months, and I felt terrible. So I dropped back down unforcibly. It kind of just naturally happened. I dropped back down to my natural weight, and I felt like a lot better. I didn't like that. So I can understand him being at 215, 220. He didn't really like that feeling. And he dropped back down to 205, and I think he looks fantastic. I think he's going to be great. I think we're going to get 2019 Lamar running that fucking pill, and we're going to get 2023 Lamar passing the ball. And if we could get both of those guys together in one, we will see the best quarterback in the NFL, in my potential, in my estimation, because it just depends on the decision making for him. You know, you can't hold on to the ball for too long. You know you can run that joint. Don't worry about making a play and extending it with your arm. Extend it with your legs. He gonna get at least. I think he'll probably finish with. I think he'll have 2019 MVP numbers again. Somewhere between like 38 to 4,000 passing yards, 1,000 yards rushing. He might not even have to have 1,000 yards rushing with Derrick Henry, but he might accumulate 1,000 yards rushing with Derrick Henry. Let me not say 1,000. I'll say 867. I said he'll finish around 867. I'm gonna take the over on 867. And I think he'll have 38 passing touchdowns, 9 rushing touchdowns, and he'll finish with a QBR of like 98.9, maybe, 98.9, 71% completion percentage. Those are gonna be Lamar's numbers, and that's gonna get him MVP. That's it. That's how I'm going for it. That's what I'm going for, right? But then that takes me into, all right, who is he going up against for MVP? Because MVP is not, and this is perfect timing because we're at 9:51. I got like 9 minutes left before we shut the stream down. It's 9 to 10, guys. We're 9 to 10. Eventually, when we get a bigger crowd, I'll go a little longer. But because we have a shorter crowd, I like to keep y'all engaged for this little hour that I have y'all. My top 10 quarterbacks, who will be going against? Because MVP is a quarterback award now. It's not for everybody. It's just for the quarterbacks, as we keep seeing. Number 1, Mahomes. I think if that offense could get clicking, maybe we might be able to see MVP Mahomes again with the 5,050. We might, but with that schedule, I doubt it. Especially starting off with one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the league. Mahomes might be like plus 1,900 odds to win MVP this year, but I see a lot of potential in that offense, and I see that offense being very similar to what it was when they had Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and that crew when they won the Super Bowl the first time. So my top 10 QBs, and this is in order. Y'all probably going to shoot me in the head for this order, but it is what it is. This is how I see things. I don't care about the numbers all the time. It's not always about the numbers. It's about how you perform. Okay? And this is just based off the last season, right? So if it's based off the last season, I need to take this guy down, actually. Put this guy here. And then I can actually, I'll put him at the bottom. I'll just leave him for last. Cool. Y'all gonna be mad at this list, okay? It's not a crazy list, though. It's not a crazy list. This is just based off last year. Whether you, and you know, I'm big on this. My boy Meech, if you're still in the chat, you know I'm big on this. The best ability is availability. And if your ass ain't playing, your ass is out of sight, out of mind. And I'm not thinking about you. I still got to respect you in your game when you are on the field, but I'm not thinking about you. So you might not make this list. Top 10 quarterbacks in order. Here we go. First quarterback up, Patrick Mahomes. That was pretty easy. That's pretty simple. I think Patrick Mahomes is solidified. It's Patrick Mahomes. And then it's the next guy, Lamar Jackson. And then it's a significant gap, and it's everybody else. All right? So first two guys up, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. Those are my top 2 quarterbacks in the league. Electrifying, explosive, game changers. All right? Game changers, game wreckers, game violators. Okay? Defense destroyers, annihilators. Those 2 guys. Then we got that guy over in the Northeast, Josh Allen. I can't discredit what this guy has done. He is a turnover machine, but he is also a freak of nature. What he did to come back and take over his division, I have to respect. I genuinely have to respect that. To come back, win your division, get home field advantage. You still lost in the playoffs, but that's my third quarterback. Fourth quarterback, you had a great season. Can you mimic it and earn you a contract somewhere that's not Dallas? Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, as much as I hate Dak Prescott, in the Cowboys. I only hate him because he's on the Cowboys, okay? I respect Dak's game, and he definitely opened my eyes last year. I wasn't really huge on Dak up until this past season, but Dak Prescott, you have earned my respect, brother. You were in the number. Not that my opinion means anything to anybody, right? I only got 4 people in here, but I'm just saying, you're in the number 4 spot, right? In my top 10. Then we get 5 to 10 gets a little shaky. It's a little shaky, okay? Number 5, right? I gotta respect him, even though he didn't play. Joe Burr. Okay? Joe Shiesty, Joe Icy. When Joe Burrow is on the field, he is something to be messed with. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't really put anybody over him in that 5 spot. Not these guys that's got to come next. I think Joe Burrow could take a year and a half off and he could come back and still be better than these guys. Nah, I'm going to take that back. I didn't just say that. I'm going to take that back. Because these guys that's coming up actually are going to be sensational. They're going to have sensational careers. And number 6, I got to respect one of the last OGs, one of the last of a dying breed, my boy Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is very, very, very underappreciated in today's NFL. Matthew Stafford is still the same Matthew Stafford that he was a couple years ago. I just think their offense just took a really bad turn last year. Even though their offense was actually really good towards the back end, I just think losing some of your old linemen and then, Cooper's health being inconsistent and you're really mainly relying on Puka and then defenses really focus on Puka. It's just Matthew had to go through a lot last year, so I do like Matthew being there. Joe Burrow better than Allen too. I agree as far as quarterbacking, but again, Joe Burrow did not play. And Josh Allen threw for 42 touchdowns last year. He had a total of 42 touchdowns last year and came back on his record and finished 11-6. So I can't be, you know what I'm saying? I got to be respectful where respect. I got to give respect when respect is due. You feel me? I think if anything, what I would change, I would put Dak at 3 and Allen at 4, and that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Mahomes, Jackson, then Dak, then Allen, then Burrow. Mahomes, Jackson, Prescott, Allen, Burrow. Just based off of last year going into this year. If Joe Burrow starts and Joe Burrow is healthy, which he will be next week, then it'll be subject to change. This is gonna update throughout the season, by the way. Every 2-3 weeks, I'm gonna update it. You feel me? I'm gonna update it. We're gonna revisit this every 2-3 weeks. Moving on. Who did I say? I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7. I was high on this guy coming out of college. Okay, he went to a Super Bowl already. My boy Jalen Hurts, Mr. Perfect, Mr. I will take your hoe. Okay, Mr. He can't do no wrong in any given commercial. Okay, Jalen Hurts. I think the playmaking that he does, I do think he makes some really stupid ass throws, and AJ and Devontae bail him out a little bit. But I can't take away from the playmaking that he does on that team that he did, especially. Like last year, I really don't blame most of last year on him. I gotta blame it on that OC, because when you are at the 3rd and 15 with the game on the line and you call at first you call a QB draw on 3rd and 15, putting your quarterback at jeopardy. That's one. Then the next drive, you're 3rd and 20. What do you call? What do you dial up, OC? I forgot his name. It's like Brian something. What do you dial up, OC? You dial up a screen pass to Julio Jones. Not A.J. Brown. Not the other really fast kid that you got, Quez or Zacharias, whatever his last name is. Not a running back, or not even like lining up DeAndre Swift or Kenneth Gainwell out wide and you throw a tunnel screen at them. A.J. Brown. Okay. Yeah, I just can't put that blame on him. I think last year was a really bad year for them, for the entire Philly team, but I can't put that blame on him. Next up behind him is, you said Hurts is not better than CJ. When you get to the show, what you cannot do is be biased, bro. And because that's exactly what you are. You are biased. You cannot separate objective and bias. You can't separate the two, bro. You have to be able to separate the two. CJ had a phenomenal rookie year. Do not get me wrong. CJ had a phenomenal rookie year. CJ is actually number 8 on my list. CJ is 8 on my list, which is pretty high for a rookie. But I'm not just going to go off of that 1 year wonder, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. CJ has some phenomenal moments. Some game-winning drives, okay? Some walk-down moments, okay? Some big throws, some big games. But I just can't put him over Hurts. I can't put him over Hurts. I cannot put him over Hurts. Okay. They both made the playoffs. They both got bounced. What more do you... what more... well, the Texans made it to the second round, right? They made it to the second round. I'm still putting Hurts over Stroud. I'm sorry. You can't really change my mind. I'm putting Hurts over Stroud. Yeah, I'm putting Hurts over Stroud. At 9, I'm going Jared Goff. Jared Goff had a great pickup. I love Jared Goff at this position. I really would put Jared Goff a little higher than this, but I love Jared Goff at this position. So that was his second year, right? I'm gonna get to you after I'm done with this list. Because I'm at 10:02. I'm a little bit over my time, but I'm gonna get to you after I'm done with this list. At 9, I got Jared Goff. He had a great year. Went to the NFC Championship. They should have been to the Super Bowl, but Dan Campbell likes to go for it instead of taking his points. Take your points. And then at 10, it's really a toss-up right here between Jordan Love and Justin Herbert. I'm leaning a little bit towards Jordan Love a little more because what he did in that last half of the season was crazy, but what Herbo has also done, can I take away from Herbo? And I'm a big Herbert fan, but this is when I can't be biased. I think I'm going to have to put Jordan Love there. The hype around the Packers is real. That wide receiver group is real. That offense is real. But I think what Jordan Love did, and then especially knocking off a 12-5, a 12-5 Cowboys team at Dallas, is huge. Is huge, especially in your first full season starting. That's huge. I think if he would have got it clicking a little bit earlier in the season, I think he probably would be a little higher than this, but that's why he's at the bottom of it. Now let me get to you. You said Hurts only had one good year, and they went to the Super Bowl that year. Cool. Hurts' first year, who was he throwing to? When they took Carson Wentz out and they put Jalen Hurts in, who was he throwing to? Absolutely nobody. They went 8-8 in his first year, and they still made it to the playoffs. Right? Got bounced in the first round by Tom Brady when Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with the Bucs. Okay. I don't think we were ever expecting Jalen Hurts to go to the playoffs in his first year, right? We were never expecting him to go to the playoffs in his first year, especially with that Philly team. Then Howie Roseman started building. During the draft, he got A.J. Brown, right? Got A.J. Brown, got him a weapon, got Devontae Smith, got him a weapon, right? Got him some running backs, got him some defense. Surround him by a good team. No, you be coming up with shit, bro. Nobody said the Texans had the worst roster. Nobody said that, bro. Who said the Texans had the worst roster last year? Who? After coming off the season that they had the year before. They had a terrible season the year before, but their roster was never dogs. They had a good secondary the year before, bro. The problem was their offense. Their offense was really bad last year. But they still had Dameon Pierce, and they had the other running back that was starting their running back. Devin Singletary was still starting there for them. What are you talking about? They only added 3 pieces. They added Dalton Schultz, or 4 pieces. Will Anderson, Dalton Schultz, Tank Dell, and what was the other piece that they added? Noah Brown? What are you talking about, bro? You be coming up, you hear one person say something and then you run with it, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, bro. You hear one person say something and you run with it, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Howie Roseman built a team around Jalen as what you're supposed to do. GMs, people who don't understand how things are supposed to work. Howie Roseman and Eric DeCosta are doing things the right way. Okay? Build your team up around your quarterback. Not Eric DeCosta. I'm sorry, because he doesn't really do too much of a good job doing that offensively. What is his name? Why can't I think of his name? John Lynch. I'm sorry, John Lynch and the 49ers. John Lynch and the 49ers. Okay. You build your team around your quarterback. Okay. Your quarterback should not have to carry the load by himself. We are so used to seeing that we've gotten, when Tom Brady was throwing the lacrosse players, right? Tom Brady was throwing the lacrosse players. I think that was just about it, though. He turned those lacrosse players into superstars. Julian Edelman, who was Rex Grossman, or whatever that dude's name was. Some dude named Lockwood. Like, he was throwing to random guys with, like, crazy-ass hockey last names, right? We got so used to seeing that for so many teams. There's so many stars in the NFL, it should not have to be like that. It should not be like that. Yes, your quarterback should uplift your team's play. It should raise your team's level of playing. But when there's freaking Tyreek Hills, Jamar Chases, Justin Jeffersons, freaking AJ Brown, CeeDee Lambs walking around the league, and I can acquire that talent on my team to help my quarterback, and then I can get a Devontae Smith, a Dallas Goedert, a Saquon Barkley, or a DeAndre Swift to uplift my team. What are we talking about? Just because he had weapons does not make that team. Just because the team did, the coach and the GM did what they were supposed to do does not take anything away from the quarterback. The quarterback still has to make the plays. The man put up 300 plus yards in the Super Bowl. And it blew because of one play. Because he fumbled on one play that cost the game. Cool, we can live with that. We can live with that. But in your second year after you turned the organization around, you won your division and you went to the Super Bowl. And then in your third year, you got a little bit of a slump. Cool, you had a slump in your third year. But that's because your OC, you lost your OC, so now you're in a new offense. You lost your defensive coordinator, so now you have a new defense. Your secondary was the main problem. Your secondary got exposed. But now your OC is not calling the plays anymore, and your head coach is calling the plays, and your head coach can't play call really well. He's not known for play calling. He's known for game managing. It's more than just the player. The player can only get the play call and execute the play. That's all you can do. But when the play call is not a good play call, hence 3rd and 20 versus a 49ers defense, 3rd and 15 versus a 49ers defense, 3rd and 20, 3rd and 12 versus the Cowboys defense, and you're calling QB screen, halfback screen, QB draw, and wide receiver screens to freaking Julio Jones, and you're putting your quarterback at jeopardy, that is going to cost you a season. We've seen that from the beginning to the end. There's no change in my mind that Jalen Hurts, yes, he had one bad season. I wouldn't even consider it a bad season. It's just a down season. I would just consider it a down season. To think that he's not going to bounce back in this year with Kellen Moore as your offensive coordinator, somebody who's significantly more respected than the guy that they had last year? What? What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now? You said they weren't supposed to be good. That division was weak. That division is weak as hell right now. If anything, that defense was supposed to be phenomenal, and it was. You got You got Will Anderson, the best defensive player out of that draft. You got the best quarterback out of that draft. Your quarterback said, "I want to go get that guy, that wide receiver." You went and got him. Nico Collins. He didn't have the start that he was supposed to. Okay, I said this a long time ago. It's not on the record, but I said this a long time ago. Nico Collins was supposed to have a better start, and he's a lot better than what those first couple seasons have proven. He was so much better than what those first few years that he was in the league shown. And he finally was able to do that. He was finally able to do that with a superstar QB, with a really good QB. Players change players. Diggs changed Allen, and Allen is now a better quarterback because of Diggs. Stroud changed Nico. Nico is now a better receiver because of Stroud. But let's not act like they didn't have a Super Bowl contending head coach come to that team. Let's not act like they didn't have one of the best drafts last year. Let's not act like that. When the Jets drafted the way they drafted a few years ago, they were supposed to be special. Am I right or wrong? They were supposed to be special. They weren't supposed to be trash. The Texans, nobody was expecting the Texans to be trash last year, bro. Everybody needs a super team. Yo, like, what are you talking about? The Rams did it. Everybody is doing it right now. Everybody is doing it. Your team. These niggas is doing it right now. What are you talking about? They just went to go get an all-pro safety in Eddie Jackson after they just got an all-pro safety in Marcus Williams. And then you just got an all-pro running back in Derrick Henry. What are you talking? You're about to make me crash out, bro. Like, dead ass, bro. You're saying, bro, it doesn't matter that he was a rookie head coach. He just came from a Super Bowl winning team or a Super Bowl contending team, bro. Nobody thought they were going to be trash, bro. Nobody. Think about who's in their division. The Colts are in their division. A rookie quarterback. That team was supposed to be trash. That team was supposed to be trash because everybody didn't think that Anthony Richardson was going to do a lot. And in 4 games, he did a whole lot. And that Colts team was a lot better than what everybody thought. Because why? Because the OC that came from that Eagles team that just went to the Super Bowl is now the head coach of the Colts. So the Colts was a lot better than what they were supposed to be. Right? Nobody believes in the Jaguars anymore. The Jaguars hype is dead. Jaguars hype is dead. Okay? We know what the Jaguars are supposed to be. Okay? Who's the last team in that division? Oh, the Titans. The Titans. So you're telling me that you thought the Jags were going to win that division last year? With the schedule that they had last year? After getting curb stomped, they got curb stomped by the Ravens. Then they had a bye week and got curb stomped by the 49ers. And then it just kept going downhill from there. It's been going downhill for the Jags for the last 2 seasons. Come on, bro. Be serious right now. The Texans were exactly who everybody thought that Texas team was going to be. That Texas team was exactly what it was going to be. When you get drafted number 2, you're being biased. You're being biased. Eric DeCosta is doing the same thing that Howie Roseman is doing. Howie Roseman is doing the same thing that the owners for the Rams did a couple years ago. But the only difference between those two guys compared to the Rams owner and the Rams GM, the Rams gave up a whole lot to get what they got. They gave up a whole lot of draft picks. They gave up a whole lot of cap. And that's why it took them 2 seasons to get back into the first round. That's why it took them 2 years to get back into the first round for a draft pick. Okay? The Ravens and the Eagles finesse on a bargain. They finesse on a bargain. I don't know how Eric DeCosta and Howie Roseman do it. But they find a way to get good guys at young talents, and they keep building that way. And they build these super teams. You cannot tell me that the Ravens is not a super teams. How am I smoking? Because I'm about to end the stream, bro. You had a Heisman candidate quarterback coming out of Ohio State. Just coming from the college football playoffs. You just got Dalton Schultz, a top 5 tight end in the league, come to your team. You just drafted Will Anderson coming to your team after having Jalen Petrie, Desmond King, the other starting safety. It's not like this team was bad. It's not like this team was bad. This team was already built. They were just stacking. All they did was add key pieces and stacked up. You're telling me there's no way that you thought that team was going to be ass last year. There's no way you thought that team was going to be ass last year. No way, especially in that division. Especially in that division. There's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way you could look at that team and be like, okay, yeah, they're going to be trash. They're going to be terrible. DeMeco Ryans coming off of one of the best defensive seasons that we've seen from a team in years. And he gets a head coaching job, deservingly so, and that team is going to be ass. Tripping. Absolutely tripping. Every defensive player wanted to go play for the 49ers under DeMeco, bro. It's mad reports out there on this shit. When DeMeco was over there, niggas was like, yeah, I want to go play with DeMeco. Like, come on, man. Why do you think they got the guys that they got? You can heavily so compare the Eagles to the Ravens. You most definitely can. Because the way those teams are structurally built around their stars. Now, I think that the Ravens don't do as much as a good job as the Eagles. I don't think that because they're in a cap situation every freaking year, trying to figure out how to stretch the cap. But the Eagles and the Ravens are very similar right now. Very similar as far as how they build. It's just opposite a little bit. I think Ravens focus more on defense, and then they get pick and patch stars here and there, and then they add them. But the Eagles have done it strategically smart. They have done it strategically smart, and you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. I guarantee you, if every GM can do what the Eagles did, they would be doing it. If every GM thought the same thought that Howie Roseman was thinking it, they'd be doing it. You don't think that Eric DeCosta wouldn't be getting, if he would have known the trade for AJ Brown, you don't think he would have traded for AJ Brown? What? Or if they had the cap to pay Brandon Ayuk, that they wouldn't trade for Brandon Ayuk? To put with Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews? And you already had Derrick Henry? Because y'all got Derrick Henry early in the offseason? Like, what? Come on, man. But we're going to end it on that. We will be back Friday in a new location. We won't be here on Friday. We'll be at my brother's house. So it's not going to look like this on Friday. But I do appreciate everybody coming through. Share the stream, please. The video is going to be left up. It's going to be posted in the morning, whatever, or tonight. So please keep sharing. I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate y'all time. This is our main platform now. YouTube is our main platform. So y'all gonna see me here Tuesday. Well, tonight's Wednesday, but mainly it'll be Tuesday night. I might do Wednesday night as well. It just depends. But for right now, it's Tuesday night, 9 to 10. I just did it tonight because some complications. But Tuesday night, 9 to 10. Friday, 9 to 10. But this Friday, you'll see me 7 to 8. 7 to 8 this Friday. Because the game, the Packers and Philly game, we're going to talk about the Ravens game, talk about what we liked and what we didn't like, and then we're going to talk about the precap for the Eagles and the Packers game. That's going to be a big game on Friday, 7 to 8, new location. And then Saturday, I won't be doing a show Saturday. I won't be doing a show Saturday, but I'll be doing a show Sunday. We're not here Saturday, but we will be here Sunday. And then it's the same schedule next week, just with Saturday included. All right? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Drink some water. Talk to your peoples. Call your family. Have a good night.
3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.